England and Scotland meet in a major tournament for the first time in 25 years. England beat Croatia 1-0 in Group D last weekend, whilst the Czech Republic beat Scotland 2-0. This is the match preview, England v Scotland. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all keeping safe and well. This is the match preview for England's Euro 2020 clash against Scotland tonight at Wembley Stadium, 8 p.m. kickoff. Let's hope that England can win yet another game. Of course, we won our opening game at the weekend against Croatia at Wembley, winning 1-0 with that Raheem Sterling goal. And of course, Scotland didn't get off to the greatest of starts because they lost 2-0 at home against Czech Republic. Anyway, in today's video, I'll be previewing the game between England and Scotland, going through all of the match facts and stats, my predicted lineup and my score prediction. I do also have previews from Scottish fans Gogsy, Hibs Talk and Hammy HD. So I must say I'm feeling super excited about this game because I'm actually going to Wembley Stadium tonight to watch England v Scotland. I was there last Sunday and the atmosphere was absolutely superb. 22,500 fans there, a quarter full, and it's probably the best atmosphere I've ever known of going to Wembley Stadium. And I'm a regular at Wembley watching England, and you know, even when there's been 70, 80, 90,000 fans there, the atmosphere last weekend against Croatia in the Euro 2020 was actually better than those games. Unbelievable. Anyway, England and Scotland meet in a major competition for the first time in 25 years at Wembley tonight, with huge implications for both nations' Euro 2020 hopes. England will qualify for the knockout stage with a win, while Scotland are seeking to keep their hopes of progressing alive. This will be the 115th meeting between England and Scotland and the 100th in a competitive fixture. The previous meeting at a major tournament came in the group stages of Euro 1996. Can you believe that was 25 years ago? I remember it very well, as Alan Shearer and Paul Gascoigne scored in the famous 2-0 win for England at Wembley, a match in which current England boss Gareth Southgate played. The sides last crossed paths in qualifying for the 2018 World Cup. Goals from Daniel Sturridge, Adam Lallana and Gary Cahill, giving Gareth Southgate's side a 3-0 win at Wembley in November 2016. And England have won 18 of the 32 matches between the sides at Wembley, where Scotland have recorded 9 victories against their neighbours. There have been no draws in the past 15 matches, England winning 11 and Scotland winning 4. In the team's most recent meeting, Harry Kane's goal 3 minutes into added time rescued a 2-2 draw at Hampden Park on the 10th of June 2017 after a late Lee Griffiths free-kick double in the 87th and 90th minute had overturned Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain's 70th minute opener. Talking ahead of this game at Wembley Stadium against Scotland, England boss Gareth Southgate said the following: "For the fans and us, it is a big occasion, but it is another opportunity for 3 points, and our objective is qualification. That is what we have to focus on. In the past, we have done that very well. We did that on Sunday, which was a big occasion for everybody, and we handled it very well." At the moment, England are sitting second in Group D because, of course, Czech Republic beat Scotland 2-0, so they are ahead on goal difference. So you've got Czech Republic, they've played one, they've won one, they've got 3 points, they've got a goal difference of +2. England have got 3 points also, we've got a goal difference of +1. Croatia are third, they've got a goal difference of -1, they've got 0 points. And Scotland are bottom of the group at the moment, they've got a goal difference of -2, 0 points. As I mentioned earlier, the game will kick off at 8 p.m. at Wembley Stadium. You can watch the game live on ITV, and you can also listen to it on the radio via BBC Radio 5 Live. Team news for England going into this game. Dean Henderson has had to withdraw from the England squad with a hip injury, meaning Aaron Ramsdale has been called up, and defender Harry Maguire is fit to start following his return to training, though Gareth Southgate may be tempted to wait until the third group game against Czech Republic if he can spare the Manchester United captain, especially after England's clean sheet against Croatia. Now, on to my predicted lineup and my score prediction. Let's start with my score prediction. I'm going to go for a 2-0 England win. I think it's going to be exactly the same scoreline as Euro 1996. Let's hope so anyway. I'm going to go for a Harry Kane goal and a Raheem Sterling goal as well. My predicted lineup is as follows. Jordan Pickford in goal. Kyle Walker at right back. John Stones in the middle with Tyrone Mings, and then Kieran Trippier at left back. Again, exactly what happened on Sunday against Croatia. And then in midfield, I'm going to go for Rice, Phillips, Grealish, Mount, Sterling, and of course Harry Kane up front. Please do let me know your predicted lineup in the comment section below. And lastly, I've got match previews from 3 Scotland fans, all YouTubers, Gogsy, Hibs Talk and Hammy HD. So thank you so much for your time and input. And all of the details are below for all of these 3 fantastic channels.
Hey guys, Gogsy here, and thank you very much to Chris for allowing me to come onto his channel today and talk about the old enemy clash. England versus Scotland at Wembley. The odds are stacked against us, but the odds were stacked against us in 13-14 when Robert the Bruce led Scotland to a famous victory against the old enemy. Of course, England are coming into this on the back of a 1-0 win over Croatia, which they really thoroughly deserved. I mean, Croatia offered nothing in the game. So that gives me hope for our final game, should we hopefully get something off England. Whereas England were just solid defensively, and I was actually really impressed in the performance in Tyrone Mings. Whereas Scotland unfortunately lost our first game, and it was the game that we were targeting the most amount of points from in the group, because the Czech Republic, being the lowest ranked team apart from ourselves, only 4 places ahead of us in the world's rankings, I was really hoping that we could get a victory there and hopefully steal a point off of England or Croatia and see us sailing through to the knockout round for the first time in history. Didn't happen, so we're going to have to do it the hard way. Chris has asked me to name what my starting 11 would be. So in goals, I would have Craig Gordon, providing that England don't flood the box with crosses, because he cannot come for a cross at all. Just see the Harry Kane equaliser in the 2-each draw 4 years ago. I'm not bitter about that day at all. Also, David Marshall is pretty much still in hyperspace after Patrick Schick's lob on Monday. Yes, I coined that phrase myself. At right back, well, I want to see us attack England, because I think if we just sit and allow England to come at us, we're just going to invite too much pressure, like we did against the Czechs on many occasions. That's why they got the 2 goals. Really, if we concede it within the first 10 minutes, I could see it becoming about 4 or 5-0 England. And that's really something I don't want to see, considering I'm going live from 7:45 on Friday night. So if I'm going to be flooded with English fans on the stream, it's just going to be depressing. Right back, I want us to have Nathan Patterson. He's not had a proper competitive start yet, so give him a full debut at Wembley. What have we got to lose? Stephen O'Donnell, who played right back on Monday, I'm sorry to say, as he plays for my club team, had one of the worst performances in a Scotland jersey I've ever seen. I want us to have 2 centre-halves of Liam Cooper, who was solid all season for Leeds, and I want, if Kieran Tierney is fit, I pray to the Lord that Kieran Tierney is fit, because in his last competitive match, he provided 3 assists from centre-half. Yes, it was against the Faroe Islands, but we don't have to mention that. Left back, of course, Andy Robertson, in my opinion, the best left back in the Premier League. Maybe bar Kieran Tierney, funnily enough. He was also the best player on the pitch on Monday, and we lost the game 2-0. I want a refreshed midfield, 3 across the midfield with John McGinn. Yeah, you guys, if you're a Premier League fan, you'll know all about John McGinn. With Billy Gilmour, because I think he has the tenacity to take a team on and win a game on his own. And I want to see Stuart Armstrong link up with Che Adams. That's probably giving away who I want up front, because he linked up really well with him in club football last season. But I think he can transform Che Adams' game from a 9 to a 10 quite easily. And I want to see Scotland play with a bit of panache. So why not bring in David Turnbull for his first competitive start as well? The man that can single-handedly unlock a defence with one through ball. David Turnbull is the man for me. I mean, we've not really ever played with the number 10 Scotland officially. So I would love to see us have someone play that number 10 role and split the English defence with his passes. And up front, I want to see us play with two. And Lyndon Dykes, I think his presence will unsettle the two centre-halves, as I doubt the English defence will enjoy a physical battle. And for Che Adams, of course, a winning goal at Wembley for Che Adams after crossing the border will write himself into Scottish folklore. Now, you'll also be wanting to know my prediction. My sensible head, and my football head is saying that I think we'll get beat 3-0. I think England will be far too strong for us, and they'll be 3-0 up at half time, and they'll just be playing about with their food in the second half. But my heart is on my sleeve, and I want to say that we'll win 1-0. I'll be watching Braveheart on Thursday night. I'll be watching Braveheart on Friday morning. I'll be watching Braveheart just after lunch on Friday afternoon. I will be getting up for the game, and I hope everyone at home will be as well. Hopefully Scotland can come out and shock the world, because I'm pretty sure everyone but England fans will be wanting that, because Scotland are one of the most enjoyed nations, probably because we're shit and we know we are. But to just to see Scotland do something at Euros, that'd be fantastic. I'm lucky enough to get a ticket for Scotland versus Croatia as the final group game, so hopefully we'll have something to play for, and it won't just be a dead rubber for us. But once again, thank you very much to Chris for having me on the channel, and please leave a like down below in the video. Subscribe to Gogsy99. That'd be fantastic. We're nearly at 10,000 subscribers on the channel, so that'd be a fantastic achievement for myself. If Scotland can get a win at the Euros, why not help me reach 10,000 subscribers instead? But anyway, guys, thank you very much. I've been Gogsy99, a bit of a shoe. See you later, guys. Take care.
Hello everyone on the Chris Cowlin channel. Now, Chris has asked for a Scotland fan to give their thoughts on the game ahead of England versus Scotland in the Euros group stage. Now, I am indeed a Scotland fan. I am from Scotland. Yeah, so I'm giving my thoughts on the game on Friday. Now, to say I am nervous would be an understatement, because England are a brilliant team. I'm not going to lie. They've got some world-class players like Harry Kane up front, Foden, Grealish. Even their bench is strong. Like, their squad depth that they've got is mental. Whereas we do have squad depth. We've got a couple of world class players like Kieran Tierney, Andy Robertson, Scott McTominay maybe. And then a couple other good players like John McGinn, Che Adams. We've got a good team, but it's nowhere near as good as England's. But it just comes down to who's better on the day. I don't expect us to go down there and win at all. Like, I'm not an optimistic Scotland fan. I'm not expecting us to go down there and win. It wasn't a good start to the Euros, obviously playing Czech Republic at Hampden on Monday just past, and we lost 2-0 with 2 goals from Patrick Schick. Sorry if I said his name wrong, but the second goal was atrocious to concede. Like, I don't know how David Marshall, what he was thinking and why he was so far off his line. It was just mental. The squad that lined up was completely different to how I thought Scotland would line up. I didn't expect Stephen O'Donnell to start. I thought Nathan Patterson would start. I didn't know Kieran Tierney was injured until the game kicked off, so I was thinking, why is he not starting? But yeah, he picked up a wee niggle. I didn't expect Christie to start. It was a completely different team to what I expected, and a lot of Scotland fans expected. But I think we'll line up on Friday with David Marshall in goal, 5 at the back. Right wing back, I'm going to go Nathan Patterson. Centre backs, I'm going to go Grant Hanley, Declan Gallagher, and Kieran Tierney at left centre back. Left wing back Andy Robertson, he's our captain, he's going to play, isn't he? In the holding midfield, I'd go Scott McTominay. Two ahead of him, I'd say John McGinn and Billy Gilmore. And up front, I'd go Che Adams and Kevin Nisbet. Now, I don't think Kevin Nisbet will start, but in my opinion, that's the team that should start against England, because there's a lot of players in our team that play in the Premier League, like John McGinn, Kieran Tierney, Andy Robertson, McTominay, Che Adams. A lot of them play in the Premier League, and they've played against a lot of the players that are in the England squad. So that could maybe help us to play England. And the fact that it's such a big game, like, there's Scotland fans saying we're out of the tournament. We had to win against Czech Republic, and I can see their point because the next two games are hard. But even if we were confirmed out, this is still a massive game. Like, Scotland and England has always been a massive game, no matter what the occasion. It could be a friendly. Like, look at the friendly back at Hampden a few years back where it was a 2-2 draw. Scotland fans were going mental because we were winning 2-1 against England at Hampden with the two Griffiths free kicks, and it was a friendly. Like, there'll be other countries that might even sell out. Like, Scotland England is a massive game, and you're guaranteed 11 players on each side that knows what it means. Whereas club level derbies, every player doesn't. Not a lot of players know what it means to the club. Whereas our 11 players that'll go out, and then England's 11 players that'll go out, they'll know what it means to the countries to win this game. It's the first ever international game that was played. So, yeah, it's a massive game. I can't explain how big it is. Obviously, England fans, you'll know how big it is. You hate us, we hate you. But it's just banter at the end of the day. But yeah, my score prediction, actually, I'm going to give that score prediction just before I end this clip. Score prediction for Friday. I did say I was not optimistic, but I'm kind of being optimistic with this. I'm going to go a 2-2 draw where England's goals coming from Harry Kane and Phil Foden. And Scotland's goals, well, the lineup that I've said, if it starts, I'm going to go Che Adams and John McGinn to score. Yes, that is my preview for the game with England and Scotland. Thank you so much, Chris, for having me on the channel today, as I am a Tottenham fan myself from Scotland, so it means the world to be on your channel. I'm trying not to fanboy, but it's a massive achievement for myself, making it onto such a massive YouTuber that's a Tottenham fan like myself. But yeah, if you wouldn't mind, can you please all go subscribe to Hammy HD? That is my YouTube channel. I do Dundee content and Tottenham content on my YouTube channel. I do watch alongs of the games. So yeah, I'm sure Chris will put the link in the description to my channel. Thank you very much, Chris, for having me on. And yeah, come on, Scotland!
Scotland versus England is a tough game to call. If I was to say that, I'd be speaking from my heart rather than my head. I think there is a good chance it is going to go England's way. I think I'm not going with high expectations after the first couple of results. I think Scotland. It was a fantastic goal. Obviously, the goalkeeper's been slaughtered for his sort of part in it, but I think Scotland were on the verge of getting back into the game. I think there was a good chance that we were pushing for an equaliser. It was coming, but that second goal just kind of took any momentum out of Scotland altogether, unfortunately. In terms of England in the first game, I watched it. I thought, if I'm honest, I thought England were a bit pedestrian. I know they kind of play that a lot, kind of safe, a lot of side passes, and then picking their moments. I don't know if that's a lot of respect for Croatia in the way they play that. I can see them being a bit more direct and trying to create more chances against Scotland. So it's probably a game where Scotland are going to have to be on the back foot quite a bit. Maybe play a bit more in the counter-attack. I think in terms of Scotland's lineup, I'd maybe like to see either James Forrest, who was done well out when he came on against Czech Republic, or more likely Ryan Fraser. I think Ryan Fraser, potentially up top beside Dykes, playing close to trying to hit on the counter could be an idea. And I really hope Tierney's back. I think Tierney, although there was no sort of fault on Liam Cooper for the goal, I feel that Tierney playing left centre back gives Robertson more freedom to get forward, something that we're desperately going to need. I think everybody sort of knows the threat that Andrew Robertson can possess from full back. So I think we really need to kind of let him forward a bit more, and Kieran Tierney being that left centre back, being able to step over allows him to do that. So yeah, but I mean, in terms of England at the first game, I think, you know, Sterling obviously kind of took the headlines, as well as Calvin Phillips. I thought he was good. I thought some of the hype was a bit over the top, if I'm honest, but he done very well. And I think it's kind of England have got a bit of balance to their team. I think the front four could have been a bit more creative, as maybe down to the style of play. And obviously, I think it's kind of, I know Gary Neville goes on about it every week, but Harry Maguire coming back into the team would be a big thing for England. I think he's underrated by quite a lot of people, and a fantastic defender. I think the way you've seen Lindell offend this season without Maguire beside him kind of shows that. So I think England would be a stronger team with Maguire in. So I don't know in terms of where his fitness is, whether he could be involved. But so I think there's maybe an opportunity, no disrespect to Stones and Mings, but that's maybe where we could punish England from a Scotland point of view. So I think that's something to try and exploit. Especially, say, that I know Kyle Walker and, well, I don't know if he'll play Trippier again, or Brett bringing Shaw or Chilwell. Those sort of fullbacks like to get forward. There's maybe an opportunity to get him behind there as well. So yeah, I mean, it's obviously, you know, it's a big rivalry, Scotland-England. There doesn't get to be enough Scotland-England games, but maybe that's a good thing and kind of adds to the rivalry and makes them more special when they come around. But I think Scotland's best chance is to kind of turn this into a fight and turn it into like a derby atmosphere. You know, you see that, and obviously I can think of, you know, Hibs and Hearts, Tottenham, Arsenal, things like that, where you get that sort of form goes out the window, sort of cliches come into it, and it sometimes comes down to who wants it more rather than skill. I have to say, I think that's Scotland's best hope. I think going, you know, gung ho in it at England would be suicide. So I think there has to be a bit of balance, and probably trying to play a bit more in the counter, but also trying to win the fight, be a bit niggly, a bit dirty at times almost, turn it into a fight, and hopefully get a positive result. I think, you know, a win would obviously be stuff that we'd go on about for the next 30-40 years, but it's not like you guys to do that. But I think in terms of the tournament, a draw would be fantastic. We give us a lot of hope going into that Croatia game, that, you know, a result at Hampden against Croatia suddenly doesn't seem out with the realms of possibility if we're able to get a draw at Wembley, and then, you know, 4 points would get us through. So that's probably all a bit fantasy and kind of a bit hopeful thinking after the result from the first game, but that's what we have to be aiming for. Otherwise, what's the point of being there? We're not just here to make up the numbers. We need to be there to try and progress to the knockout stages. So should be a great game. And score prediction, head I'll go 2-1. Heart, sorry, I'll go 2-1 Scotland, and head I'll go 3-0 England.
Thanks for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do put all of your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Your score predictions and your predicted lineup. Many thanks indeed to Gogsy, Hibs Talk and Hammer HD for their previews from a Scottish point of view. If you don't subscribe to the channel as yet, please do hit that subscribe button. Enjoy the game tonight, and come on England.